Welcome back to the shortest section we have to cover, which is good news. About page and a half of material here, dental expense. Now, before we get into it here, I want to make sure you understand one thing. You'll have questions on dental expense on your exam. Answer them the same as you would a medical expense question. Now, dental expense policies can be sold on a reimbursement basis or on a prepaid basis. So we have prepaid dental, which is very similar to an HMO concept. Have to go see certain dentists, you prepay for your treatment, okay? So it's very similar there, covers preventative care. And remember also that dental insurance generally is going to be sold on a group basis in order to prevent adverse selection. Can it be sold on an individual basis? Sure, but it's usually sold on a group basis. Now, a lot of times these dental expense plans, which we've seen this term before, provide coverage on what's usual, reasonable, and customary basis. And this has to do with the variations in cost of services in a geographic area would be the key term. So they'd say, you know, a dental expense plan that provides coverage based on differences in coverage amounts or services in a geographic area to geographic area is providing coverage on a usual, reasonable, and customary amount, or usual, customary, and reasonable amount, versus just specifying we'll pay $100 for a cleaning every 6 months. They'll pay what's usual, customary, and reasonable, which is going to vary geographic location to geographic location. So we'll see that term in here, but maybe a question on that as we go through there. Top of page 153, types of dental treatment. First paragraph says, dental insurance usually sold on a group basis to prevent adverse selection. We already know that. What else we have there? Insurers reluctant to write individual because the chance for adverse selection. Now, if they write an individual policy, you might have a probationary period. Okay, that's one of the ways they'll try to prevent you from buying insurance for a pre-existing condition, right? Second paragraph, dental is not covered by most medical expense policies or by Medicare. So you want the coverage, you've got to buy it standalone. Dental coverage may be written as non-integrated or a standalone policy, or can be included as an optional coverage on a group medical expense policy. And remember, as we said in the next paragraph, highlight or star this, if it's sold as an integrated policy, that means the deductible can either be satisfied by medical expenses or dental expenses. We have the next paragraph, coverage can be offered as either as scheduled basic or non-scheduled comprehensive. Non-scheduled plan pays claims on what's usual, customary, and reasonable based on an average charge in a specific geographic location. So there's that. Possibly a test question on that. Scheduled plan contains specific categories for dental treatment, and dollar amounts are set for each category of covered services. So when we talk about scheduled or basic, that's similar to the basic medical expense plans we have, like basic hospital expense, paid a set dollar amount per day for a maximum of 30 days. We have non-scheduled or comprehensive plan is similar to comprehensive major medical, which we talked about earlier. Deductibles, co-insurance, but it's a lot broader in coverage. Next paragraph, both types of plans include coverage for preventative and diagnostic care, such as office visits, examinations, cleanings, x-rays, and diagnostics. Next paragraph, restorative care, so put a star by that. These are all considered to be restorative care, including fillings, inlays, and crowns, bridge work, oral surgery, treatment of gum problems, root canals, and orthodontics may also be covered. Now, sometimes you'll have questions on these different dontics words. Their definitions, you have to know them. So orthodontics, we have braces. So the use of mechanical device to straighten teeth. What is that? That's orthodontics. We have periodontics, which is the treatment of gum disease. Endodontics, root canals. And what else do they list there? Prosthodontics, which is going to be bridge work. Okay, so you have questions on any of those things there. Bottom of 153, indemnity plans, the reimbursement plans. We've got the basic and comprehensive that we already talked about. Remember, basic being like basic medical expense, where we have set dollar amount of coverage right in the policy. Comprehensive is going to be more broad, obviously, in the coverage. Then we have limitations on page 154. Third paragraph down. Maximum coverage amounts may differ from one part of the country to another. Usual, customary, reasonable, right? Dental costs, San Francisco may be higher than that in Phoenix. Next paragraph, limitations may also apply to the number of preventative care visits. They'll stick in there and say you can get you're covered to get your teeth cleaned every 6 months. No limit on the number of teeth needing treatment, which is nice. Pre-existing condition might also apply, as we said, probationary period. And then we see the prepaid dental plans. Now, prepaid dental plans, similar to an HMO, you pay a set dollar amount, co-payment when you go to see the doctor. And it says in the second sentence, the first paragraph, offer services based on capitation or fixed per member per month payments, where the dental plan assumes the full risk for the cost of services without regard to type or frequency. Such plans are not considered to be indemnity or reimbursement type plans, but instead are considered to be service type plans like the HMOs. All right, so that's the end of that section. Very short, few questions on the exam. Remember, any question you have you don't fully understand, answer it the same as you would a medical expense question, or if you have to guess, pick the longest answer. That's usually the best way to do these exams. They seem to have a hard time expressing themselves, so the longest answer usually is going to be the most correct. And we've got two more sections to cover. We've got seniors, which is going to be Medicare, Medicare supplements, Medicaid, long-term care, and then we have taxes. Two last sections to cover in health. Plus, remember, you're still going to need to study your state law, which is going to be in the PDF section of the course. So we'll take a break, print out the next section, read through that. And also, there's an additional handout. This is the guide for health insurance for people with Medicare that will kind of be mentioning in this next section, which is in the PDF area as well, that you might want to take a look at briefly, some of those pages before the next section. And we'll see you there.